Peasant Productions presents the math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. And yes, I know, I got it spelled wrong there. Be live. Hey, this is live. This is crazy, right? Anyway, well, that's true. I got that really wrong. In dealing with miracles, you have to have a correct data set up here and basically here in your heart too. I have an enormous amount of correct data set because I started dealing with the spiritual realm at 2 years of age. I'm almost 60 years old. That means for a good 57 years I have had this whole spiritual realm up there talking to me, proving itself, proving the connection between me and it, and dealing with it. At 2 years of age, I took a vow, or I started the vow actually. I did not complete the vow. There were things that I had to learn from the spiritual realm before I was allowed to finalize the contract. I took a vow of never belonging to a human religion. In 1961, at 3 years of age, I was thrown out of the Catholic Church because I asked why the Church does not teach what the Christ entity wants taught. And they totally freaked out. They took me out of the little Sunday school room and they put me in the hallway and told me to sit my ass down and shut the fuck up. And they didn't quite talk to me that badly, but that was, the energy coming off of me. Don't you dare say a word, kid. We're scared to death of you. And 57 years later, folks, no Catholic, no Christian, no preacher, no pope, no church, no priest, no padre has ever answered that question of why do you not teach what the Christ entity wants taught. The Christ entity wants taught acceptance, okay? It has nothing to do with this go around and murder everybody that's not a Christian. Go around and murder everybody that doesn't pay tithing to the Bible system. Go around and abuse them until they are as good as dead. Okay. So in 1961, several months after I got kicked out, I finalized it, and I also added in that I wanted absolutely nothing to do with the Christian Catholic Church. So from 1961 to 1987, I did not keep a Bible around. Lots of preachers around. America is a Christian country, whether they're willing to admit it or not. They like to use, we're persecuted, we're persecuted. Actually, no, you're the ones doing the persecuting. Okay. The same way as you go over and look at Palestine, it's the Israelis that are doing the killing, not the Palestinians. The Palestinians throw a rock at an Israeli. The Israeli fires rockets, tanks, warcraft, jets, bombs, you name it. 1,000 Palestinians will die if an Israeli ends up with a bloody nose. Okay? The Palestinians aren't going in and bulldozing out whole cities. The Palestinians aren't telling the Israelis they can't have electricity or fresh water or food. Okay? Or medical supplies. The Israelis are the ones who are claiming, Hitler killed 6 million of us. We have to defend our right to live. So we'll murder everybody and anything? Interesting. Very, very bad behavior, okay, to say the least. That's why I'm saying you're talking about a very bad data set, okay? In the computer world, if you want a good piece of programming, you have to write a good piece of program. Very old thing, GJO. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay? People fear the devil. Why? Because it's the word live backwards. They're afraid to live. They're afraid to stand up for themselves. If you want a good apple on a Star Trek ship with the replicator, you don't go tell Geordi to make you a rotten apple and put that data set into the computer so that when you punch up the button for a nice crisp red apple or a golden delicious or a pippin or whatever you happen to be into, it produces a rotten piece of fruit. No, you want him to put a very nice, good, delicious apple or a pear or a cup of coffee or whatever, okay? So if you put into your head the idea that miracles can't happen unless that guy over there or that woman over there gives you permission, then yeah, you're not going to get the miracle. You are literally defeating yourself. Absolute equals absolute. I can't make a miracle happen. Damn right, you won't. Okay? You know, it's like I say, if you're the track runner and you're standing there, you know, in the relay race, and you're the dog leg, you're that last guy running, and you're watching those runners come around the track to hand you the baton, and you're telling yourself, oh God, I don't have my magic socks on and I just can't do it, and then my girlfriend's pissed off at me or my boyfriend's pissed off at me and I just can't run today. You're probably going to have a really, really lousy section of your relay. You're really going to not get it together. You're going to find a reason to trip and fall. You're going to find a reason to drop the baton. It's going to happen badly. Not good. You are putting in the negative set. So what does the person who wants to drive the car right do? They imagine themselves running the course, driving it just right. The runner imagines themselves running properly. The swimmer, the diver, the actor goes through, imagines doing it right. The speaker, unlike me right now, where this is all ad-lib, I'm just babbling off. I don't have a script or a teleprompter in front of me or anything like that. Occasionally I have my notes, okay? And you see me pick my notes up in front of me, okay? But I'm babbling along most of the time. But you are always imaging a correct image of what will be the result. Failure, not failure, mediocre, absolutely wonderful. Okay? In sex. Okay? We'll play with that image for a second. In America, the image of a big-breasted woman being the absolute best thing for sex is a very big carryover of the advertising industry understanding that if you put a naked or semi-naked body on a TV screen, the people will pay attention to that, and they will be 50 to 75% more likely to want to buy your product. What, Carl's Jr., I think it was the one that was always showing an absolutely gorgeous babe munching on this juicy, drippy hamburger that's spilling on her breasts. Now, granted, it might be fun to get over there and play with those breasts and lick it off of there, but that's not really a correct image set to give to your kids, is it? The guy in the hot car, getting the babe. The beautiful babe getting the athlete. The guy walking around talking about how he's got that super schlong in his pants and he's just the most wonderfulest lover. You'd be surprised at how many of my girlfriends over the years have been honest with me, and I can see human energy, so yeah, I can tell when somebody's lying or not lying. It's rather amusing to sit there and have women tell me how, yeah, most of those guys are really pretty lousy because they're more concerned about their own enjoyment than the fact that they have a partner in bed with them. A woman with really big breasts, if that's all she worries about is the fact that she got those big breasts out there, and she doesn't learn anything about how to please her partner, she's going to be just as lousy as a woman with no tits. If the woman with no tits doesn't care either. Okay? So you have to put a correct data set into your own head about what you're trying to accomplish. And you are subjected to an awful lot of fake advertising, false advertising, and misleading advertising. So, you've got to stop and think about what your image set is and why it is, and where it goes, and how it comes out of your mind and projects around you, what you are doing to your world. Okay? Well, we only got 12 minutes. I can yak for another second, a couple of minutes. Okay. The image set, okay? Like I said with Jordy and all of this, you got to have the correct image, okay? If your priest is the one you think is creating the miracle, what are you praying to a God for? I do a laying of hands to heal. I recognize the fact that the energy flowing through me is coming from the spiritual realm and that such, and going through me. Not me doing the healing other than being the vehicle. Okay? That's why I don't have to be next to a person to do healing hands. It is just more convenient because that person is now getting the understanding that, wow, I just had somebody lay hands on me and heal me. Okay? I know there's no limit to where the spiritual realm goes or exists. And there is no distance in the spiritual realm. So a person that is a physical world 10,000 miles away from me by the spiritual realm is right there with me. In the same room, in the same situation, I can reach across and touch them. It's not an issue. So it is very easy for me to help people. It is very hard for them to receive that help because they are of the idea that you have to be right there or it has to be this way or that way. So that's what I say. You have to understand. You first look inside to see what your image set is. Don't blame a God for a lack of a miracle. Examine yourself. Learn where you are. Learn what your little world around you taught you to be. Then you can start applying a correction to the image set that you are putting out.